I bet that kitchen has an auger, the fucking Tories. Remember Captain Tom? Well, for those of you that don't, let me refresh your memory. During lockdown, we were all so bored that we took bets on how many laps a pensioner could do of his own front garden, and the money raised went towards the NHS.
Lovely story coming up. A 99-year-old war veteran has decided to walk 100 lengths of his back garden. He wants to raise money for the NHS.
Thanks, Captain Tom! Thanks, Captain Tom!
100 laps of his garden during lockdown. All of the money going to NHS charities, a guard of honour from the 1st Battalion, the Yorkshire Regiment.
I just need to say congratulations because you are the UK's official #1.
That really is truly amazing, isn't it?
Captain Sir Tom Moore.
Nobody stopped to think and wonder why the NHS was so underfunded in the first place that we had to make a geriatric war hero do his own personal tough mudder. We were all too busy calling Captain Tom a hero for making all that money. Let's not forget, he raised over £30 million for the NHS, which is just a little bit less than the £8.7 billion the government pissed away on PPE that wasn't fit for purpose. That's a little bit like me gambling the family mortgage on a game of roulette and then having my infant son work in a sweatshop in Bangladesh for 12 pence an hour to try and pay it all back.
Because of me, you're in a sweatshop.
And then everyone in government queued up to tell the media about what an inspiration Captain Tom was. Presumably because that's a much more fitting narrative than having to explain why you pissed away an old man's GoFundMe money on visors and masks that don't fit properly. Sadly, Captain Tom died in February 2021 after contracting COVID, which he caught in the Bahamas after going on holiday during lockdown. I was especially disappointed because I thought he was going to swim back from the Caribbean to try and raise money for the RNLI. After his passing, the family set up the Captain Tom Foundation so they could continue to raise money in his name. Because after all, if you're used to milking a cow and that cow suddenly dies, you keep on squeezing them udders until the milk runs dry. His family set up a Captain Tom online shop that sold Captain Tom t-shirts and Captain Tom roses and Captain Tom books. They even had their own line of Captain Tom gin, presumably after a couple of bottles of which you would stagger around the garden just like he used to. That Captain Tom gin, by the way, is 36 quid a bottle, £1 of which goes towards the Captain Tom Foundation, and the rest, presumably, going towards lining the pockets of people that are happy to sell an old man's legacy down the river. Now, I'm not saying the Captain Tom Foundation is dodgy, but it's actually currently under investigation because last year, according to its own accounts, it paid more money in management consultancy fees than it did in donating money to actual charities. They even tried to hire Captain Tom's daughter as CEO and put her on a £150,000 a year salary, roughly 10% of what the charity makes. And if that wasn't dodgy enough, the Captain Tom Foundation also paid £56,000 in management consultancy fees to companies owned by his daughter and her husband. This is a little bit like Shannon Matthews giving herself a 6-figure salary and appointing herself CEO of Hide and Seek.
That's a bunch of bullshit. No, I swear
Why aren't the police getting involved for embezzlement or something? I'm pretty sure that if those people buying that £36 bottle of Captain Tom gin knew that only £1 of it was going towards the foundation, and of that £1, most of that was going to get spent on management fees so his daughter would have a cushy job, I think they might think twice about donating. And anyway, it's not like she's short on money. I saw the garden that he had to walk around. It's fucking massive. I bet that kitchen has an auger, the fucking Tories. I bet the fridge has got an ice dispenser at the front. And on a personal level, it does make you feel quite upset because we've all got grandparents and most of them are old and frail, and my grandma in particular is 97 years old, and it absolutely kills me knowing that I could be making shitloads of money off her. In fact, I'm going to go around the retirement home right now and be like, all right, grandma, stop sitting there watching Bargain Hunt like a lazy bitch. You're going to do 1,000 press-ups to raise money for the Dogs Trust Foundation. Now come over here and sign this paper here that gives me rights to your image, because when you die, I'm going to sell Jägermeister with your face on the bottle.